What's poppin', knights? It's Kage, otherwise known as the King, and I come to you with another exciting part 2. What if Frieza turned good? Part 3, the distance. So, this part has been ran for a while. Haven't had a chance to record it yet, but now I got some free time, so I want to make sure that I get this part done, make that it's right for y'all. Other than that, I really don't got much to add. Sorry that the moderate rap came out so garbage. Like, I would have did a video for it. I would have made it a little bit longer, but I couldn't. Don't want to complain about it. Don't want to make any excuses. I like the way it sounds, but I just want to work a little bit harder on it. Other than that, I feel like I talked our ears off long enough. So let's get into it. Boop.
Last time on What If Frieza Survived, Frieza and Goku had a legendary battle, awakening the Super Saiyan legend. During their battle, Goku spared the life of Frieza, causing Frieza to travel to Earth, where he met a man named Hercule, who is helping him appreciate life on Earth. He is now training with the Sun family. Has Frieza truly changed, or is Goku making the biggest mistake of his life? The story continues now.
I'm about to go call me a brick, crushing your whole little shit. Whoa. Mars so cold, I pull up on cop with the blow. Now I'm like, whoa. She a brick on the low, now she want suck on my toes. And I'm like, whoa. You the bummy asshole, now you want sit on my throat. Nope. Bitch, I'm the king in the house so cold. Pull up on a nigga with a 9-no coat. Spray air, pray that the picture go. Kill me a nigga with a Bible poem. She say stop, don't go no more. Well, she my queen, can't treat her wrong. We don't fuck on, we just run on like my dog, bro. We don't slow up. Rundy, now she wanna fuck me, now she wanna hold me down like a Duffy. I can see her, my Sharingan don't let me run. I'm a demon, I'm a beast, no I can't stop, I'll spin. Whoa, hey, bitch, I'm the king of this shit.
1 month has passed, and Frieza continues to train with the Sun family and Piccolo, when Goku notices that Frieza has some good potential. So, throughout their training, Goku has not been using Super Saiyan, instead choosing to focus on his base form's power. And as he and Frieza spar, Frieza hates that this monkey can keep up with him despite not transforming into a Super Saiyan. Meanwhile, Gohan has decided to focus on Super Saiyan exclusively. Piccolo and Gohan attack Frieza with massive double Masenkos. Frieza smiles. He hates to admit it. It absolutely disgusts him, but this is fun. Training is fun. He waves his hand, yelling, "Death Wave!" holding back the massive Masenko's approach. As Frieza laughs, getting really into training, he states, "Did you really think that would be enough?" Frieza then rushes Gohan, who doesn't panic. He's barely able to dodge all of Frieza's attacks, bringing a tear to Piccolo's eyes meanwhile. Frieza continues as he chuckles. "What's wrong, monkey boy? Too afraid to strike? Then allow me." Frieza yells, powering up slightly, punching Gohan in the chest, knocking him back, and Goku yells, "Frieza's right, Gohan. You have to fight back. You have the power." Gohan understands, yells as he rushes Frieza. He throws a strike while Piccolo and Goku watch in awe. And Frieza catches the Super Saiyan Gohan's fist with ease. And a smile has turned into a calm rage. "Pathetic," he says. Gohan pulls back his fist, and Frieza lets go. As he continues, "That was a truly pathetic display." Gohan's power is down, as he questions, "What do you mean?" Frieza sighs. "Though I hate to admit it, you Earthlings are far better at sensing energy than myself. However, if I were to make a rough estimate of your current power, you are stronger than I was when I fought your father." Gohan, knowing the power of Frieza firsthand, is amazed. In a few months, he's grown this strong. He smiles, but Frieza interjects. However, interrupting Gohan, shutting down the boy's sense of glee. "You refuse to utilize that strength. It's wasted on you." Frieza then holds out his finger, charging a death beam. "Understand, halfling. Much like your father, things you can't predict might happen. And if you aren't strong enough, son Gohan, you won't survive." Frieza shoots Gohan with the death beam, but not killing him. Instead, giving him energy. Chi-Chi then yells for Gohan to come home. It's time for him to study. He tells his mom okay. He then says goodbye to Mr. Piccolo and Mr. Frieza. Frieza just watches as he leaves, for some reason not feeling as disgusted with the son of Goku as the man himself. He then turns to the subject of contention and speaks. Wow, Frieza, you're surprisingly good with kids. Preposterous. I merely find him more tolerable than a simple-minded ape such as yourself. But enough of this drabble. Let's continue. They continue to spar, both Goku and Piccolo attacking Frieza from both sides while he keeps his eyes closed. Practicing his ability to sense power levels and ki, he dodges their attacks with considerable ease, using all of his attention to focus on them. When Goku slips past the defenses, he aims for a powerful punch at his guts, leaving the Saiyan stunned. He then turns to Piccolo with his eyes still closed and begins to fly at high speeds, brawling, traveling miles in the air in a blink of an eye, as the two lock fists smiling, until Piccolo wraps his arms around Frieza, throwing him towards the ground. But he catches himself before he collides with the earth. When he senses Piccolo hurling gigantic balls of energy at him, he smiles, easily dodging them. He laughs. What's wrong, slug? It's like you're not even trying to hit me. I'm not! What? Frieza opens his eyes and sees that he's surrounded by balls of energy that were too small for him to notice. Frieza smiles. Clever, Piccolo. Piccolo scoffs. You've lost. Hell Zone Grenade! It's impossible for Frieza to dodge these attacks. He blocks to the best of his ability. It doesn't do much damage, but it did smart. He laughs. Oh, I love the name of that attack. Piccolo sighs as he retorts. I can't say I'm happy about your jump in power, but I am impressed someone like you can continue to climb in strength. Frieza clenches his fists. Yes, as much as I hate to admit it, I think the monkey Goku helped me realize I was stagnating in my power. I wasn't enough to conquer all my goals. Still haven't given up on taking control of the universe. Frieza laughs. Oh, heavens no! But you and the Saiyan have my word. Earth and Namek will be spared. Though I am getting accustomed to this planet. Piccolo was stopped for a second. Hearing that statement from Frieza, he begins to question Frieza, asking what do you mean when he's cut off by Goku. As he says, hey guys, y'all hungry? Cause I could eat. Frieza scoffs. As much as I'd love to watch you gorge yourself like the primitive little ape you are, I would rather watch Zarbon in another beauty contest. Goku scratches the back of his head and smiles with reckless abandon for what Frieza had just stated, as he retorts, come on Frieza, don't be like that. We're just starting to be friends. Frieza walks up to Goku, staring him in the eyes as to not let this message be misheard or misconstrued, as he speaks through a voice that can barely hide his rage. Excuse you and what's left of your entire race. We are not friends, Goku. I am merely using you for my own gain, and once I'm satisfied, I will toss you out like the trash you are. Frieza then turns away, beginning to fly back to his home, to Hercule, as he turns towards Piccolo. And you, Namekian, be sure you don't let this fool conform you to his infuriating ways. Our talks are the only thing keeping my sanity in check while being so close in proximity to this fool while training. Piccolo smiles. Speaking of which, Frieza, the sun's still up. Why are you in such a rush to leave? Frieza turns his head to hide his blushing and frustration. I have a play date. No. He corrects himself. He need not feel embarrassed in front of these monkey. No, I meant to say, I have a prior engagement with the daughter of Hercule. One that I cannot afford to miss. Piccolo chuckles, causing Frieza to snarl as he yells, and what's so funny, Piccolo? Just the thought of you wearing a tiara. Now hurry and don't be late to your training session. Frieza growls in frustration. He then laughs. It is rare that I meet someone, anyone, that can match me in wits. Piccolo, you will make a fine addition to my army. Let me know if that offer interests you, but I must be on my way. Adieu. Frieza flies away in a hurry, reaching Hercule's home in no time flat. He lands to a frowning Videl, who scoffs. Mr. Frieza, you're late. Frieza chuckles. My apologies, young one. I got a little caught up in a conversation, but are you ready to learn how to fly? Videl can't pretend to be frustrated anymore. Feeling too excited, her smile makes Frieza feel off. But it's not a bad feeling, it's just different. He regains his composure and says, "Now hurry up, miss, and get your father so we can get started." She does so, smiling the whole time. And while they're gone, Frieza thinks to himself,
What is this? What am I doing? Becoming friendly with that Namekian, treating those Earthlings like family. And the girl. I've slaughtered children before without a second thought. Yet, she and the spawn of Goku. Whenever I imagine my hands around their necks, I feel no desire to finish the deed. I wonder if this is also some effect of this planet. Earth. It continues to grow more interesting by the day.
Videl comes out with their father, who seems unconvinced that he'll be able to fly, saying, "Hey, buddy, I've never really been good at magic tricks, and I don't want to disappoint you and my baby girl." Frieza chuckles as he walks away towards the training grounds after Videl placing his finger in the air and his hand on his chin. "Oh, Mr. Satan, I can assure you, I don't disappoint. This is no magic trick. This is freedom. In its purest form, flight. Through your own strength. You two might not be strong yet, as far as I can tell, but I've seen humans fly, so under my tutelage, I expect no less than 10 minutes I'll have you off the ground. And in an hour, you'll be flying. Now, come along, don't dally, there's work to do." Hercule is still unconvinced, but follows anyway. The two then reach Hercule's lavish training facility. As the three arrive, Frieza takes a moment to admire the view. He is then pulled out of the moment when he suddenly feels the hands of young Videl on his. She speaks. "Mr. Frieza, are you ready?" Frieza scoffs as he uses telekinesis to pick her up. She laughs and pretends to fly. Frieza then sets the girl down next to her father. As he does, he turns his back towards the two, places his hands behind his back, one fist right above the other, or along the base of his tail as he speaks. "Flight and power manipulation are concepts that come natural to my king." He holds up one finger, charging a small ball of energy, pointing it at the rock. He then shoots a death beam, but it was much larger than he expected. The rock was obliterated, as well as any surrounding earth. He then looks at his finger with shock. Had he really been using that much power without noticing? When he was sparring with the Namekian and monkeys. If he's grown this much, how far have they grown? How strong are they? No, wait a second. The Saiyan, Goku. He doesn't even use Super Saiyan when we spar anymore. How strong is he truly? And what's more, how strong am I? I need to further explore this strength. He then turns towards Hercule and Videl, who are amazed, and Hercule asks, So wait a minute. Frieza, you're saying we could be capable of that? Frieza snaps from his trance of introspection. He's been doing that a lot lately. Yes, of course. Under my lead, my tutelage, strength like that is nothing but a few of your Earth years. Videl runs up with a smile as pure snow, and excitement running hotter than a volcano. Do you really mean it, Mr. Frieza? We can do it too? Frieza bends down to the girl's level as he speaks. Oh, but of course, Miss Videl. In fact, I know a child about your age that's capable of destroying this planet if he chooses. Though he would never have the gall. He's as sickeningly nice as they come. When we spar, he tries not to harm anyone. It's pathetic. Videl smiles as she grabs Frieza's hand. This child is so familiar with him. She pulls Frieza towards the rock that he destroyed, and she grabs a shard of the stone and crushes it in her hand. Her training is really paying off, he thinks to himself. As she says to Frieza, so, that kid you're talking is stronger than that? And he's my age? Can I meet him? Frieza is confused, but he takes this opportunity. He can use this child's curiosity to pique her motivation, get her flying training quick so that he can train on his own to further explore his strength. Doing some image training with that that monkey was talking about. It will be beneficial to him. He smiles. Of course, you can meet him, but only if you fly before the Earth's sun sets. She pumps her fist into the air. She smiles. The two walk back to Hercule. Now, let's begin. You have to understand energy. You've both been fighting for a while, and Videl has been training under me, so it should come natural. First, hold out your palm. The two do as Frieza commands. And Frieza continues, now, harness the core of your energy, and take hold of that power. It is yours to bend at your will. They listen to the instructions of Frieza. Being martial artists, they understand that the core of the body is the stomach. They feel their strength building up. And Frieza smiles as he states, good. I can sense your energy increasing. As small as it is now, take that power and bring it out through your palm. They do so, bringing forth a small ball of energy. Frieza smiles as he continues. Good. Now understand that this power will grow as you do. It may be small now, but it will suffice for our goals today. The two are amazed as they stare at this ball of energy. This isn't magic. It's their power, the very culmination of their being. Frieza drops his smile. Now that you understand that, stand up. Flight has the same principle. Instead of the palm, we'll bring the energy out through your feet and push it from there. The two stand, but they fall to their knees, feeling lightheaded. It was their first time utilizing their power. In such a way, Frieza laughs and Videl pouts. Frieza then helps them up. Sorry, Miss Videl. I didn't mean any offense by it. He holds out his hand, and Hercule questions, what are you doing, bud? Sparing a cup of energy. Frieza then blasts the two with his power, revitalizing them, as he states, now, fly. And with Frieza's lessons, they are both off the ground. In a matter of minutes, Hercule's a little timid, choosing to hover, being afraid to really take flight. But Videl is having the time of her life, essentially dancing in the sky. Frieza chuckles. She's quite the natural, isn't she? Yeah, she is. Her mother would be proud. Hercule, whatever happened to the girl's mother? You talk so highly of her, yet I've never met. Hercule starts to tear up, and Frieza then turns his head not to look at his friend in this state. It's embarrassing. I know that look. How long ago was it? Hercule wipes his eyes and states through a shaky voice, about a year ago. Frieza flies up to Hercule, placing his hand on his shoulder. As he speaks, listen, I understand, and I will no longer pry into the subject. Now dry your eyes. A world champion shouldn't sully himself with tears. Hercule places his hand on Frieza's shoulder and retort. While smiling, confusing Frieza, he's still not used to this camaraderie. But it's not as disturbing as when the monkey tries. It feels warmer. He doesn't hate this feeling. Hercule states, Frieza, you're a good friend. Frieza removes his hand from Hercule's shoulder. No. I'm not good. I'm not a good anything. It just suits my better interest if the Lord and Lady of the house are pleased. Speaking of which, Videl comes rushing in at high speeds into Frieza's arms, hugging him with tears in her eyes and laughing as she says, Thank you, Mr. Frieza. I love you. Frieza's are taken back by this statement. He doesn't dare repeat the statement to the girl, but he does feel comfortable enough to hug her back for the first time in his life. She nuzzles in his nape of his neck, and he hugs her tightly in return. Hercule then flies up closely to the two, stating, All right, Frieza, let's go inside. Drinks are on me. Meanwhile, Vegeta is training in higher than ever gravity, being able to sense Frieza, Kakarot, Piccolo, and even Gohan, constantly growing stronger, as much as he hates to admit it, stronger than himself. He can't accept this. He turns up the gravity and continues to train until he collapses. He then sleeps in his gravity and wakes up more accustomed to it. It's still straining. Though, as he moves, he notices his body's lighter than before. He smiles and continues to train, more fired up than before. When he gets a call from BULMA.
What the hell are you doing?
Training, woman. I thought you were supposed to be smart.
You're going to kill yourself.
And if I don't, Frieza will kill this entire planet.
And Goku has Frieza in check.
Why do you humans place so much faith in that idiot? He let that monster live.
And as I remember, he let you live as well.
You don't know what I've seen, woman. Frieza isn't a changed man. He's a heartless monster, demonstrating global genocide with a smile. Bulma scoffs as she retorts.
Oh, and you're so much better than Frieza. Vegeta, you are no different than him.
Vegeta stops training to yell with eyes full of rage. How dare you compare me to that monster? He wiped out my entire race without a second thought, just because he was afraid. Afraid of the Saiyan's potential. Bulma yells back.
Don't you dare take that tone with me. How long have you drifted through space afraid of Frieza? How many planets have you destroyed? How many lives have you taken, Vegeta? Don't get me wrong, I'm happy that that's not your life you're choosing anymore. But you don't get the right to act all high and mighty now.
You don't understand, woman. You need to learn your place.
Oh no, I understand completely. You lost your entire race, and I feel for you, Vegeta, I do. But, even as you learned about the Dragon Balls, what was your first thought? Was it to bring back the friend, a Saiyan killed at your hands? No. Was it to bring back the proud race of warriors you claim to love so much? No. You showed your true colors, Vegeta. Selfish and full of greed. A wish for immortality. Yeah, you love the Saiyans, don't you?
Vegeta grows silent. He can't argue. He just silently goes back to training. And Bulma sighs as she continues.
You're an idiot. And I'm pregnant.
Wait, what? Meanwhile, Cooler is in space, continuing his training. And Dr. Gero is working on a very special project with a lot more DNA at hand. And I think that's where we're going to have to end it for today. So, this part was fun to write. I really enjoy writing these parts. That argument between Bulma and Vegeta was insanely fun to write and insanely fun to act out. But I don't think that I can do it commenting on comments this time, simply because it takes too long to edit. So guys, I have to apologize. But I think this is where I have to go. Oh no, Kage, out. Peace.
Nobody speak, nobody get choked. If you run the homie, gonna get smoked. No time for the lame ass jokes. I'm the GOAT. You a gringo when that story's been told. I make money moves, controlling every view. Oh no, you got hella proof, but no one's helping you. What's wrong? Now you on your own, you really want to smoke. Oh no, Chico really done did wrong. What's wrong? The hollow meta in the sky list, bro. Keep talking crazy, I might go post though. Always trouble when they go too far. Nobody mess with me familiar.